The Jerusalem Gift Shop, 10% off everything. Coupon code ILTV.
Everybody, and welcome to another episode of Cruising Israel. I'm your host, Natalie.
And I'm Max.
Well, last week, Max, we actually reminisced on all of the fun activities we've done in the north of Israel. I really enjoyed that episode.
It was fun. I got a feeling what direction this next line is going to go.
Yeah, well, we're actually going down south and going to be showing all of you viewers out there all the fun things there's to do in Israel's south. And it's not just a desert, there's way more to it.
Right, I know a lot of people think that Eilat is basically it. And there's a lot of cool stuff going in Eilat, yeah. But as we found in our travels in the south, there's plenty of other stuff to do before you even make it all the way down.
Yeah, so let's take a look at those clips in that minute. With the Negev Desert taking up about half of Israel, you may expect much of the country to be dry and barren. But here in central Arava, we'll find many examples of Israelis actually trying to make the desert bloom. The Arava extends from the Dead Sea to Israel's most southern city of Eilat and is divided into central and southern regions. The climate here naturally yields harsh conditions and sandy soil with no minerals. But in spite of all this, the central Arava manages to maintain 460 active farms, and most of the residents rely on farming for a living. So Israel is basically divided into two sections. We have the north, which is very fertile, easy to grow, and then we have the south, which is more harsh, arid conditions. But much of the desert is used for agricultural purposes, right?
Yeah, well, actually, that's the miracle. Maybe in the most difficult place to grow agriculture, you've got a thriving agricultural community.
Very little will grow here without human intervention, yet the central Arava produces more than 60% of Israel's fresh vegetables. The other countries should take notes on what's happening here in the desert.
And they come. We've got students from all over the world that are coming here to learn how to grow in difficult conditions, water management.
The Arava Research and Development Center hosts various scientific activities and provides support for the region's farmers, landscapers, and gardeners. But it all started with the first Jewish pioneers that settled here during the establishment of Israel.
I think it's also the attitude, you know, it's the chutzpah to say that if you put your heart and soul into something, you can make it happen. If you will it, it is no dream.
The center, which is funded by the Ministry of Agriculture and Jewish National Fund, houses 8 acres of greenhouses. Wow, it's so nice in here.
Yeah, it's pretty green and cool.
Yeah.
This is actually just the tip of the iceberg in terms of all the agriculture that we grow here in the Arava.
So what do we have here? Sunflowers, melon, watermelon.
Yeah.
Now, these are all experiments on how to grow in these conditions.
These are all part of experiments. For example, you can see here really nicely the drip irrigation that we implement here in the Arava. Some techniques of how to grow vertically, so you can maximize your use of land and space.
Interestingly enough, the fruits and veggies grown in the Arava are sweeter than usual. And that's because growth under stress makes many plants produce more sugar than average.
This is the playroom. Okay, this is a live museum where we, as opposed to other museums, invite you to touch and experiment for yourself. You can't live here without having a passion to the region and without the understanding that you will need to reinvent yourself all the time.
Here on the show, we love taking you to all of the animal attractions that Israel has to offer. And today, we're going to pay a visit to a farm that lets you see and learn all about crocodiles of all ages.
Shalom.
How are you? I'm Natalie.
Hi, I'm Roit. Welcome to Crocodile, the Crocodile Farm at the Arava Valley.
Now all the crocodiles are safe and sound behind fences, right?
They're all behind fences, except the one behind you. Watch it.
Orit and her husband opened the Crocodile Farm back in 2006 after their trip to Africa. And over the years, they have remained dedicated to breeding and raising these African Nile crocodiles. Hey, buddy. Oh! So scary. Now they're very fast creatures.
They
right?
are so fast.
You said that they could outrun humans?
They can outrun us.
Crocoloco is now home to a whole lot of crocodiles, as thousands of eggs are produced here annually. So how many crocodiles are here in this one enclosure?
In this pond, these crocodiles came as adults from Africa. We have less than 30 crocodiles here. She digs a hole in the ground. She lays from 30 to 60 eggs in an average nest, up to 100 in a big one. Once a year, all of the eggs at the same time. She then covers them back with sand, she compresses it, and she stays there to guard the place. This is my baby crocodile.
Oh my god, he's tiny.
Yeah, it's already double the size since it's hatched.
Wow.
You can see the tail is about half the length of the crocodile. It's a very strong muscle and the main engine for swimming.
I can't believe a crocodile this big was once just a foot long.
And it's still going to be much bigger.
He's not so scary now that he's
not in my hands.
just a little baby. You're not threatening.
As long as I hold it.
Yeah.
Take a look at the eyes. Like the nose, they're higher above. They raise up a bit. And if I touch its eyes gently, see how it will sink them into the skull to protect them. They just go down. You look at the eye when it's closed and we can see the white eyelid. It covers the eye. It opens again opposite from ours. It opens downwards. Crocodiles use this clear inner eyelid when they dive, and that improves their visibility underwater. Open up big, baby crocodile. Open up, please. Oh. That's a good crocodile. And inside we can see a few things. You see all the teeth are sharp, no molar teeth. And it's because they don't chew but swallow the food. For the same reason, there is no tongue. You can see this is the soft tissue of the lower jaw.
Looking out across the desert landscape, you might assume that there's a limited amount of animals that you could see from here. But today we're here at the Antelope Ranch where we'll check out a little piece of Africa here in the Arava. Wow, these are such big animals. I've never been this close to an antelope before in my life. We're just a few meters away.
Yeah, they're actually the little brother of the biggest antelope in the world. They call the eland.
The antelopes that you have here are completely, they're not closed off at all. It's not dangerous to be next to them, this close to them?
They're a few of them already born in the ranch, so they're a bit used to cars and people.
Right. How are they adapting to the climate here in the Arava?
Most of them are coming from the Sahara, which is hot too.
Way hotter than here,
it's really hot, but they have here less food. But we give them food and water.
Past a certain point, you can tour the ranch by car, allowing you to get the closest view possible of these majestic creatures. So Max is usually the one driving, but today I'm behind the wheel. How does that feel?
We're all gonna die.
We're not gonna die.
Here we see the oryxes. We have two kinds. One the Sahara oryx and the other one the white oryx. That is really rare, and his origins are here in the Negev and Israel. You can still see a few of them in the wild.
The two oryxes have distinguished features that help tell one from the other. While the native oryx is white with long, straight, sharp horns, the Sahara oryx has horns which are curved backwards, plus a brown coat of fur. Here we can see a zebra and a few of his friends. Some of the animals need a habitat that's a bit less sunny, so they live in a large wooden enclosure here on the ranch known as Noah's Ark.
We have a few different kinds of animals. We have here a big aquarium, we have coyotes and wild cats.
So you guys are
Also-
not really following the biblical list of what was
No.
in Noah's Ark.
No.
All kinds of animals.
But most of the kinds of animals that we have here can't go back into the nature.
This looks like a typical street cat that you would find
Yes.
all over Israel, actually.
They look quite the same, but they are wild cats. The senses are much more sharp.
Wow. He's getting closer to you, Max. The turtle comes from the African Sahara Desert, and it's the second biggest in the world. When you get too close, his face kind of looks creepy. I'm gonna go walk away. Eating out in Beersheba is always a delight because there's a little something for everyone to enjoy. But today we decided to come to Restaurant Yotta to enjoy some North African cuisine. One of the great cuisines of the world, the food of Morocco is known for its flavorful combinations and rich aromatic spices. Wow, yummy stuff taking place here. Moroccan food reflects the country's unique and varied cultural tapestry, with each bite bursting with decadent flavor.
So Moroccans are very fond of hosting, and it's a culture well known for their hospitality.
The menu at Restaurant Yotta is split into two: the Moroccan slow-cooked dishes that take several hours to make, and the avant-garde dishes made by the restaurant owner himself, who goes by Beverage.
My grandparents founded this restaurant in 1965. They came from Morocco with all their kids. Bebe was about 2 years old. He entered the restaurant when he was 6, and ever since he's a major part of the restaurant. Most of this food is cooked all night, and especially the one in the clay pots. Yeah, it's a lot of work.
Let's look under these clay pots. We're in for a surprise.
Jaime, which you cooked with Bever earlier.
We need that together.
Yeah. So this is the lamb stew. It has onions and raisins. Here is the chicken with olives. Here we have the oxtail. And this is the veal stew with tomatoes.
Okay, and of course you can't forget about the couscous, right?
Right.
This is served in every Moroccan home. And another thing I know about Moroccan cuisine is the salads. Their love of salads. They could have they could dedicate a whole day for salad preparation.
Right. So the salads here are very varied. We have here 2 different types of eggplant salads. Here the matbucha, it's a tomato salad. It's a bit piquant. This is artichokes with Chinese oranges. And here we have the oranges in special rose water. We have the Moroccan pepper.
I don't even know where to start. There's so much food on the table. A little from everything. Now, how long does something like this take to make? This is couscous from scratch.
Yeah.
Wow. This is the most tasty chicken I've ever had. It's so juicy. So we all know there's no shortage of up-and-coming microbreweries in Israel. And in the past couple of decades, the industry has been booming. But today we're going to visit a place that got its start by crafting hard ciders and lemonade. So let's see what's going on at Buster's Beverage Co. Buster's Beverage Company is a family-run business based in Bet Shemesh, specializing in alcoholic ciders, lemonade, and now a recent addition to the list, beer. Hello there.
Hello. Welcome to Buster's.
The Nielsen family is originally from Tennessee and immigrated to Israel back in 2003. After seeing his father's passion for brewing, son Matt Nielsen was inspired to launch their own company.
So we've got our IPA on tap and Pilsner. So this is very fruity and hoppy. There you go.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Cheers.
On Fridays, Buster's offers walk-in tours where visitors get to experience how the drinks are made and hear a little bit of the family's personal history. The family lived a simple and quiet life on the farm in America for most of their lives, until Denny decided it was time to fulfill his wife's dream of moving to the Holy Land.
We literally sold the farm and we moved to Israel. We knew nobody here, we had no family here, we'd never even been here. But it was her dream, so here we are.
And a courageous move that was. Fast forward to today and you'll find Buster's Beverage in pubs and restaurants all throughout the country. So you guys bottle and produce some pretty tasty beverages here at Buster's Beverage Co., right? Tell me about the drinks.
Oh, we've got an amazing variety. I mean, we make 4 different beers, we make 3 different ciders, and 2 different hard lemonades. 3 ciders. There's a dry cider, sweet cider, and spiced cider.
The cider features notes of honey, cinnamon, and cloves, making it a sweet and flavorful drink to sip on. I mean, lemonade with alcohol, what a great idea. Let's try it.
Enjoy.
Everything we do is very unique. We're the only cider producer in Israel, which makes us #1. We're the only alcoholic lemonade producer in the world that makes our lemonade with real lemons. And so special to us is making it with real products, real Israeli produce. And so this is what we do.
So what makes beverage beer so tasty?
Well, my old man makes the recipes, and nobody makes beer like the old man.
For centuries, the Bedouin tribes have been inhabiting the desert regions of Israel. Their traditional healing practices have been preserved and used until this very day.
This is the Yafruka Midbar. We call it the soap of the desert. People used to just cut it, put it in hot water, and after that use it for the hair, for the body, for the clothes.
Maria grew up seeing her grandmother collecting wild desert herbs and turning them into healing or beauty remedies. Harnessing her grandmother's wisdom, Miriam turned these ancient practices into a thriving international business.
Here, this is one of our best oils. We call it gaisum oil. It's a herb that we pick from the desert. Gaisum is very known and very famous. With the gaisum, we put another 8 herbs, like all together there are 9. If you want to try a little bit of this.
Sure, I'd love to. Is this for the hands?
Yeah, this is for the hand, for dry skin. For foot as well, elbows.
It's very, very moisturizing.
And also it has the verbena lemongrass smell.
Yeah.
And it's very, exactly.
Wow. Some of the products in the cosmetic line is made only with natural herbs, while others incorporate pure camel's milk, which is a valuable source of vitamins and minerals. You guys are probably the only cosmetic line using camel milk, right, into your products?
Yeah, very few.
What's good about camel's milk for your
camel
skin?
milk is very good for the skin. It has a lot of vitamins and minerals. Camel milk known that is the only milk which has vitamin C. Vitamin C usually we find it in the vegetables, fruits, but not in the milk. And this is how explain how the Bedouin lived in the desert without growing a lot of fruits, because they took the vitamin C from the camel milk.
Here on the farm, it's not only about the cosmetic line. Miriam also hosts visitors from all across the world to come visit her at her hometown and embrace the ultimate Bedouin experience.
أنا سارة بيتا بدوت. זה אוטומט כל הבדואים שנים שעברו. זה מסורת. קוראים לזה סאג'. בדרך כלל גם אנחנו עושים בדואים עושים את זה עם אש, לא עם גז. אבל פה קצת קשה לעשות את זה.
את עושה את זה מהר.
כן, כי אני רגילה. אני גם פעם ראשונה עשיתי יותר גרוע ממך.
Although her family had once expected her to carry on the traditional roles of a Bedouin woman, Miriam forged her own path here in Israel, choosing instead to pursue her dreams.
When I came 24 years old to tell my parents that I want to make a business and I want to write a book, they became so angry because they wanted me to get married, because the marriage for a woman is most important here.
In the Bedouin culture, most women get married at a young age and forego a college-level education, but not Maria, who instead flew to London to study for a bachelor's degree. And that was when she realized her true calling in life was back here in the Israeli desert, adapting the ancient secrets of her culture to modern times. Agriculture is just one of the major industries that Israel excels at, and the bulk of it all is happening in some of the country's driest lands. Now, you may think that sounds impossible, but Israelis are constantly coming up with innovative ways to make the desert bloom. The agricultural moshav of Ein Yahav in Israel's central Arava is the oldest and largest in the region. Wow, look how much basil! Never ending, these columns.
Yeah.
Here is where 60% of Israel's fresh vegetable export originates and is home to 160 greenhouses, all filled with vegetables such as peppers, melons, pumpkins, and even 40 varieties of tomatoes. Wow, look how shiny these look. Shiny and so red.
Good, right?
Very crunchy. Utilizing its desert advantages, summer vegetables can be grown here all year round, including its biggest export crop, the pepper.
This is where most of the money comes from in the Arava. Growing those amazing peppers and selling them around the world, mainly to Russia, also to Europe, and just a little bit to America.
Now you only have one kind of peppers here, or a few different?
We have, the proportion is 70% red, 20% yellow, and 10% orange. The rest of the crop is tomato, eggplant, watermelon, zucchini. Those stays in the domestic market.
So winter is when you guys make all the money.
Oh, yeah.
And all the business is thriving in the winter time, right?
Yeah. Half of the year, you are getting no money, waiting for the winter. Hopefully that's going to be a good winter.
All of the farmers here in the Arava use beneficial insects in the fields as an alternative to spraying chemicals, a method which was pioneered here in Israel. Ah, it smells so good.
You know, I can't smell it now. After, this is my 6th year as a growing basil.
You can't smell it anymore?
Yeah, something happened to my ability to smell. Jewish people are not allowed to eat insects, not even a small one that you cannot see.
Right.
So, mostly the Orthodox Jews are willing to pay more money for herbs, what we call kosher herbs. Actually, what I mean is herbs that someone already checked them and make sure that they are free from insects.
So for those of you that think Israel's desert is a hopeless, lifeless environment, think again.
I hope you folks watching at home enjoyed joining us for this program. We hope that you'll have a great trip here in Israel yourself.
Yep, and don't forget to catch us next time as we cruise the country and show you the best Israel has to offer.
Bye.
The Jerusalem Gift Shop, 10% off everything. Coupon code ILTV.